Welcome to the 2008 Pepperfest Parade. We have a wonderful day today. The sunshine is bright, the no rain threatening, and we have a huge crowd on the curb on both sides of the street. Cindy, good to be working with you again after a couple of years.
Good to see you again, Ben. We're at it. We'll thank them for asking us back.
Okay, and we're probably a little ways away before we actually see the first unit, although it's noisy enough and you can hear the police car in the background. So the siren is on, the lights are flashing.
Yep, here we go.
And it looks like we're ready to go. Pretty hard to talk over a siren.
Yes, it is. Okay.
That looks like the North Hudson Chief of Police, Mark Richard, driving the car, and he brought the family with him.
Yep.
So it's kind of a work day and family day for him.
Great.
Looks like he's got the kids behind bars and they're not enjoying it.
Well, for sure it'll keep them in.
And our first unit behind the patrol car is the American Legion flag unit. And we're going to pause here, and they will be playing the national anthem, I would guess, in not another 50 or 100 yards.
That's what, post 50 and VFW post 2115.
And they are going to be followed by another unit, which also has a military context. This is a Civil War unit, and they're led by a lady in the old hoop skirt back from the 1800s.
Yes.
And she fortunately has an umbrella. It's not a very large one, but it's an umbrella to keep her sun off.
Quite an authentic outfit there.
I guess that might be a little warm.
I think so. Very nice.
We're going to take a pause now for the national anthem. There we have it, the completion of the national anthem.
How wonderful is that?
I was glad to hear some people singing in the background.
I know, it was lovely. Ooh.
The VFW members providing a gun salute. And resuming their march.
Yes.
Well, these are really neat looking uniforms on the Civil War unit.
Well, I always wonder who has those to be able to keep bringing them in to wear them.
Well, I imagine they may be part of the recreators that they recreate Civil War battlefields or battles, and they have hundreds of actors that play the roles. Here we have the American Legion float from St. Croix County. And the reading that you see along the side is French. My French is not good. And on the door you see a inverted pyramid with 40-8. And as my recollection is, talking to an old veteran, is that stands for the number of people and horses. So it takes 40 people to support 8 horses.
Oh, didn't know that, Ben. Now we have the Hudson Fire Department and all their units.
This is the ladder truck unit, which is always one of the largest units in the parade.
How many units are there? I don't have any idea. Wow. They're sure lovely looking, aren't they, Ben?
Someone spent a lot of time polishing for the parade.
Yeah.
But the Hudson Fire Department is an all-volunteer fire department, and they do a fantastic job of providing security for the community.
Yes, they do. We're fortunate to have all of them.
I'm always amazed at what a wonderful job they're able to do with the volunteer department and how committed they are. And as the community continues to grow, you wonder how long that they can continue with a volunteer fire department.
Especially the way Hudson and North Hudson are growing, it can be a challenge for them.
There's a lot of cooperation among the fire departments in the area, though, so they do have support. St. Joe's also has units in the parade. I'm sure that we'll be seeing some of those just momentarily. And they can fight everything from the massive fires downtown with the ladder truck to the pickup trucks with the tank on for brush fires.
Yes. We definitely can hear them coming.
The Boy Scouts, Troop 168, is getting a ride on top of the tanker truck. That must be kind of a thrill for the young fellows.
Oh yeah, it's a Hudson Rod and Gun and Archery.
2,200 gallons in that pumper truck, according to the sign. So it's a pretty independent unit. Then we have a van pulling a trailer that's a special operations unit.
Is that where the diving team keeps their equipment, do you think?
You know, that you're probably right. That probably is a diving team equipment, and they've had a kind of an active year this year.
Yes, unfortunately.
Actually, going all the way back to this last winter when they had the cargo in the St. Croix River up near Stillwater.
Yes.
There were some divers who were involved in that. Then, of course, they had the drownings, unfortunately, of the mother of the 2 children off St. Troy Beach.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And the kids are now getting a little candy thrown to them, so see the rush to the street.
Those frozen pop things.
Yeah, you're right. Ice sticks.
Icicles or whatever. It's kind of refreshing on this kind of a day. Now we got the ambulance crew coming through.
Looks like about the next 4 units are all part of the St. Croix EMS and Rescue Squad.
What are they always kind of called, our first responders?
Yes, that would be the case. And actually, I think I sold them short by saying there were only 4 units. And I see a 5th one behind it. I'm not sure that's the end of it.
I don't know. It's a little hard
Comforting
for us
to know that
see.
the community has that kind of support available.
I didn't know either.
Let's hope that we don't need any of that assistance during the parade. It's kind of warm out here in the sun,
with
but
this weather, I hope everybody tries to stay hydrated through the whole weekend because it's supposed to be quite warm.
And those early arrivals camped out on the east side of the street, so they have the sun behind them mostly. But that certainly hasn't deterred the large crowd on here on the west side either.
What
Here we have a
got
different
going
unit
here?
that I don't actually remember seeing this unit in the parade before. It
Oh,
looks to
this
be
is
a rescue boat.
It's a rescue boat.
And
Wow.
this is part of the Hudson Police Rescue also.
Nice looking.
22-foot Guardian whaler, Boston whaler.
Boston Whaler. Not only rescue, that's also police patrol on
Yes.
St. Croix, correct?
You bet. And that's 225 horsepower engine. That's a pretty large motor. That should move that boat right along.
What do we have now? The St. Joseph Fire Rescue coming through. As you said, Ben, they've assisted Hudson often.
Our good neighbors to the north.
Yeah.
And that also is an area which is growing very rapidly. So I note in the paper that they are looking at additional quarters to house their equipment.
Oh.
Talking about building a new town hall potentially and having the fire department take over the old town hall.
Wow. Boy, that's a noisy one.
It's a deep guttural sound for a tanker.
Whoa.
And I would guess that it's kind of a semi-rural area at many parts of St. Joe's Township, so they do have a number of brush fires,
Yeah.
and the tanker truck is a very valuable piece of equipment to have. Well, I think we've probably gone through the noisiest part of the parade,
Yep.
and we're going to be getting down to some of the units that feature people rather than equipment.
That's right. Yep.
And our first group here is going to be the 2008 Grand Marshal. This is Hank and Mary Ellen Paulson. And you mentioned something very interesting about Mary Ellen to me before the parade.
Yes, I understand that Mary Ellen Paulson was the former 1959 Pepperfest princess. So that's
Yes, and I've known
pretty
Hank
nice.
for a number of years. He's been very actively involved in the community, as has Mary Ellen. Hank has played major roles with the Masons and also was the Director of Public Works for the City of Hudson for quite a number of years.
Then we've got our good neighbor coming through for 2008, Scott Nelson.
Yes, and Scott has been a good neighbor, not only to the community, but I remember when he was managing the Pizza Hut up in Hudson, and
Oh,
they made
yes.
a major donation for the first hockey arena.
Yes, he did.
So he's been very, very active in the community.
Yes.
And he can probably hardly wait to get out of that car and back into the oven.
That's what I understand. He's saying pizzas are waiting. That's where he might need to be driven up immediately after he goes through.
Yeah, Scott's a very hard worker. And we have the first of the politicians coming down the street, although they are nonpartisan. We have the North Hudson Village President, Larry Larson, and the City of Hudson Mayor, Dean Knudsen,
That's right.
and a lovely 1956 Chevrolet convertible.
Uh-huh.
And they're dispensing large amounts of candy. I'm
Oh,
not sure
look
either
at
one
the
of them.
bag of them there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either one of them is up for election, but they're winning. They're winning friends, at least among the young.
Oh, Ben, there you go. They're throwing candy at you.
I missed that Tootsie Roll that Larry
Yeah.
tossed to me. Right there, you have a little Tootsie Roll. Nope, there you go.
Oh, here we come with our 2008 Pepperfest royalty. We've got Queen Megan Zass, Princess Becca Heiko, King Dan Ortner, and Princess Katie Tantaling. Nice looking group, don't you think?
Very
Ben?
nice, and they're having a good time. This is
Yeah.
kind of the swan song for them.
Yep, hot, hot, hot.
This is, I think, the last parade in which they actually are in as official representatives.
Very nice with all the royal family behind them. Oh, they're well received. That's pretty nice.
They are having a wonderful time.
Yes. Now you've
They're
got,
followed, of course, by the Hudson royalty.
yes.
And Hudson has its steamboat float, which has been with representing the city for a number of years.
And this is the new group that was just picked for 2008.
Okay, so we have 2008 Princess Shelley Loken, Princess Brittany Russell, Princess Courtney Coulter, and 2008 Miss Hudson, which is Emily Klanderman.
That's right.
They're rocking also.
This is great. Pretty spunky here.
It's very nice for them to have the sunshine to dance in.
Ah. They put a little Italian flavor onto their arms, if you notice, their scarves.
Yeah, I noticed the peppers hanging along the side of the float. You really can't come to North Hudson without putting some peppers on.
No, you're right.
They're followed by the dance studio.
Yeah.
This would be the Hudson Dance Academy, and they have a number of young dancers following behind them.
How appropriate, but they should be dancing a little bit like those girls are.
Yeah, I think the two floats ahead of them had done the dancing.
Yeah. It's great.
It looks like they're handing out some flyers, so they're recruiting some new dancers.
Yeah. It's getting to be pretty big, the group. Okay. Starting out with our queen candidates. We've got our first queen candidate is Rachel Zacher, and her parents are Vicki and Mike Zacher, and she's sponsored by the Riverbank.
She looks a lot like her mother.
I understand. You're neighbors, correct?
Yes, we are neighbors.
Ah.
So Vicki and Mike have a lovely daughter who's participating in a event that she's probably been witnessing for her entire life.
I know. Okay.
Our second candidate here is Tegan Jansen. Tegan, and Tegan's parents are Carrie and Dave Hansen. And she's sponsored by Bardil Dental.
And you know who Tegan belongs to is our chief, Rich Jansen. It's his granddaughter.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
That's a little note I didn't know.
Yes. Got our 2007.
Yes. It looks like they're probably enjoying the parade even as much as they did when they were the actual royalty.
2007 Pepperfest royalty. Oh, yeah. And, of course, they're on one of the Vulcan trucks. Imagine that.
Yeah, it looks like the St. Paul Fire Department.
Yep. My sister can't miss getting on a truck.
Oh, you have a sister sitting on there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of past royalty, you know, with Sean Petit.
Well, we have the Hopkins Festival in Forest now, and the Hopkins has been here every year for as long as I can remember. They have junior and senior ambassadors. The Raspberry Princess is Stacy Lee Smith. Raspberry Queen is Abby Massey, or Massey.
I always like that raspberry thing. I don't know why.
And they always have the animation. They have the
I
teeter-totter.
know, yeah. Oh, dear.
Had to look up for this one, didn't you?
Yes, but unfortunately, we don't know who he is.
Well, you're right, but Mr. Stilts has been here a number of times in the past, but he's sorely
he has
in need of
something on the back there who he's sponsored by.
He's sorely in need of a new umbrella. Carboni's Pizza.
Carboni's Pizza.
Carboni's Pizza of Hudson sponsoring
Ben,
the
how do you
Stilt
do
Man.
that? How do you even get up on something like that?
I don't know. I'd be worried about getting down, though, too.
Oh, boy.
And we now have the Cumberland royalty passing in front of us. Cumberland has 2 young girls plus 2 princesses. So we have the royalty court of Princess Dana Bowen and Princess Brittany DiNucci. And then they have the junior princes of Mackenzie Johnson and Cameron Mott.
And Miss Cumberland looks like she's missing Alyssa McCarthy from the group here today.
And this is, of course, our competitors always in the pep reading contest for the Ederson Rudebeg Fest in Cumberland.
Yep. It's a fun place to go.
We have a little music here with the accordion gorilla. I tried to play the accordion once, and my father wanted me to. I never was successful. I probably could have been better as a gorilla than an accordion player.
They say that's hard. My grandpa Richie knew how to play that. Well, now we have the River Falls ambassadors, and the grand ambassadors Taylor Bothwell, first ambassador is Lindsay Freeborn, Royal Ambassador Abby Lindevig, and another Royal Ambassador is Alyssa Reddick. The City on the Kinney.
Very good.
Yes.
And again, that's a float that we've seen a lot of times with
yeah.
the waterfalls representing one of the features of downtown River Falls.
Yep.
And their celebrations the second weekend in July, so they probably have their new royalty aboard.
I'm sure they do. It's for such a large parade, as I understand it's going to be. Things are moving nicely right now, aren't
Yes,
they?
they are. And we have the Durand royalty approaching now, and this is the first float we have that is being pulled by a vehicle that is decorated totally in pink, gold, and white. Very beautiful unit. And we have a number of royalty aboard. It looks like 3 of them, 2 princesses. Although they have 3 names, Katie Jesperson, Jackie Johnson, and Kelsey Mora. The actual Miss Durand is Greta Bauer. So I'm not sure if one of the princesses is sick or wasn't able to attend. But they have a lovely float. Pink shows up. Pink and gold shows up beautifully here in the sunshine.
It sure does. Very nice. Okay, now we have Balsam Lake royalty coming through, and they just had their festival on July. And the group has Queen Jessica Larson. First Princess is Kristen Norland, and then they have Little Miss Carly Nelson, Princess Samantha Stryker, Princess and Miss Congeniality Joy Albrecht, and another Princess Caitlin Swantek. And I think they're missing some people as well today. They got some empty seats.
Okay. And immediately behind them is the Hudson Hockey Association. Both of you and I have a personal experience with.
Oh, yes. Goes way back, doesn't it?
Yes. And they have the Zamboni behind them. I remember spending about 130 hours one winter driving the Zamboni.
But we turned all that work into fun when the work was over. Yeah.
We played the Zamboni song, I Want to Be a Zamboni Driver. And we had a good crew of Zamboni drivers at the time.
It was a lot of fun. It's come a long way since then, Ben, our old outside arena.
And these are much nicer Zambonis than what we drove. These are electric Zambonis. We had the old gas Zamboni. We, in fact, had a Zamboni that had a hand clutch on it. You had called Big Blue, and I think that has been sold. This group includes not only boys, but a lot of girls because we've had a very active girls program in Hudson Hockey.
Big group, you bet.
And actually,
they've done well.
Yes, the first 2 state championships for girls were won by the Hudson Hockey Association.
Oops.
And the boys also have, I think, been 2-time state champions. They're also handing out popsicle sticks.
Look at them all.
Yeah, rollerblades is very good training for hockey. Keeps the old legs in shape. Looks like they're having a great time. And the mothers get to pull the wagons with the popsicle sticks. They must have 75 or 80 kids skating around.
My.
And a lot of them down at the mite and squirt age, which is really a fun age for the kids.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, there's a hockey dad that gets to pull a wagon also
at the end.
With 2 coolers on it.
Okay. What do we have coming here? It's hard to see here. Oh, that's, they even have a trailer coming here for Hudson Hockey. Chicks with sticks. Ooh, I like it.
Chicks with sticks. Yeah, that's obviously featuring the girls hockey program, which started back when I was still involved with it. And they have done it very, very well. And they're just as aggressive sometimes on the ice as the boys are, surprisingly.
Hey, my niece plays, and she is. Oh boy. What do we have? Mr. Movies being sponsored here. Mr. Movies in Hudson, Menominee, and River Falls.
And they are followed by a float from the riverbank. We have the riverbank up in the north end of North Hudson. Been very active in the community. They sponsor a number of activities during Pepperfest week, so you can stop in and partake of some refreshments
Oh,
as part of Pepperfest.
lovely what they've had going on. Hot dogs, cookies the other on Friday.
You were a customer, I
No,
guess.
my father was.
Ah.
And a chance to with the ticket to see if you can win some money. It was just they've put on a great week to tie in with Pepperfest.
Good, and I see the float here is featuring mobile banking, and
Is that
just
gonna
wonder
be
what
it?
the world was like before we had mobile phones. Now everybody has a mobile phone, including from small kids up to grandparents. Although the small kids are much better at it, I'm sure, than the grandparents
It's
are.
with that text thing.
Yep, the text
I
messaging.
don't get that. No.
Oh, I've done it a few times, but I'm certainly not very fast at it.
I
Like
know.
the kids, and I'd rather talk than text
Me
message.
too. I think they've kind of, things are becoming too impersonal.
And you're concerned, or I have a concern about people who are text messaging when they're driving.
Yes. What do we have? The St. Francis royalty coming through next. They've got a nice simple float behind the truck. And they have Miss St. Francis. Her name is Allison. Junior Miss Zoe, Junior Miss Christian, Little Miss Lily, and Little Miss Bailey.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was kind of tough reading to read.
I
That
was
wasn't
working
very
through the
big
crowd.
writing.
No.
Or very, not something that stood out very clearly.
They've made that pretty simple, though, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Oh, here we go.
Here we
Our
have
old
the
faithfuls.
2008 Winter Carnival Royal Family. And this gentleman is resplendent in his blue uniform with the gold braids, the gold striping down the side of the pants. And
That's
on the car is the, I
That's
believe her
King
name is
Boreas
Brooke
that
Steckel.
came.
She's a 2008 Queen of the Snows.
right.
Bill Foussard is Boreas Rex, about, I think that's like 70 seconds. And Scott Mueller is the Prime
Yep.
Minister.
That's right. Now we've got the Northwind Prince coming through, and it's Mark Chappell. Unfortunately, we don't know who his princess is.
And our next float, we have more Winter Carnival royalty, Marv Keppen, who
And
is
he's
the
walking.
2008 East Wind Prince. We have Natalie Patrick, the East Wind Princess.
Yep.
And they're sponsored by the Party Time Liquor, the Royal House of Party Time Liquor.
Well, now we're a little partial to the next wind, aren't we, Ben?
Yes, we are. Yes,
Let
we
you
are.
take that.
Got some more music with this group.
That's the South Wind Prince, our own Dave Gifford from Hudson, with his princess Erin Smith. And they're from the Royal House of FFP Wealth Management.
Yeah, Dave Gifford is a Hudson area resident. Been very active in the community. And he is, in fact, the South Wind Prince, and Erin Smith is the 2008 South Wind Princess.
Dave's getting into that. He's liking the part, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Of course, he has some history with these festivals since his daughter was either the queen or princess a number of years
she
ago.
was a princess. One of the winds she was.
Okay. But she was in the Pepperfest, too.
Yes, she was in that. I think she was queen, and, well, I'm not sure.
Okay, can you catch this one?
What do we have? This is the King Winter, Queen of the Northlands. It looks like we have some former royalty here, is what we have. And there's so many names, Ben, I don't even know about starting. Budger, Colleen Charles. Oh, dear. Thank
Yes,
you.
they do.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank
lovely.
you.
Thank you. Oh, Ben.
We have been
Thank you.
decorated.
Thank you.
Some of our favorite units, the Vulcans from the Pepper
Yeah,
Festival.
they got us, Ben.
Winter Carnival, and here we have the Vulcan crew, number 1, fire truck, the Imperial Order of Fire and Brimstone.
Saw some former royalty.
I don't think there's any doubt that these guys have more fun during a parade than anybody else.
Oh, I know it. And they love Pepperfest. They
Yeah.
won't miss Pepperfest. That date's on their calendars forever.
It's always nice to see them coming back and bringing their families with them often.
Wish we could. Becker fired.
Becker Fire Department, is that coming all the way from Becker, Minnesota?
We can't see. Thank you. That's good. Next we have the Klondike Kate coming through. Klondike Kate for 2008 is Audra Wire, and she has all former royalty, former Klondike Kates coming with her.
Wonderful.
Love them, love them.
We have 1995, 2003, 2005, 2007, and
That's right.
2008 Klondike Kates.
Klondike Kate from the St. Paul Winter Carnival, Audra Wynn.
Welcome, ladies. There we go.
There's a song I
Oh,
recognize.
I love it. Love it.
And they are sponsored by Total Construction and by John Friends and Brian Behrens. John and Brian Behrens.
Yep. What we have here, the Ellsworth Funsters.
Yes, we're a little out of order here according to our program, but these are the clown units. The Ellsworth Funsters, always good to have a little levity in the group. And it looks like they're mixing up something in that pail. Looks like
I don't
more
know.
popsicle sticks.
You know what? Everyone loves clowns.
So you got we have
Doesn't
a
matter if you're young or old.
we have a red-haired clown, a golden-haired clown, and a blue-haired clown.
That's right. Okay, now we back in order, and we have the Council of Fire Kings from the Winter Carnival coming through. Wow.
Says on the door, the Lady of Lux.
Ooh.
So that's the Council of Fire Kings. So we're back on the program at number 24, according to the program.
Now we have the Bridge for Youth with Disabilities coming through, which has been a wonderful, it's not a corporation, but it's the one that has the Claiborne House down by the Hudson Sewage Department there.
Yep, they're
That
looking at
takes
learning
the
life
kids,
skills,
learns life
jobs, and
skills.
housing.
It's
Very
fabulous,
involved.
fabulous.
I don't remember seeing that unit before. And this looks like it's still part of the Bridge for Youth with Disabilities. They're handing out some flyers, I'm
Yes.
sure giving some information about their organization. And the volunteers are all wearing green shirts with Bridge written on the back to
It's
signify
and
that
you
they're
know,
part of
it-
the organization.
And it's affiliated with the Hudson School District. Now this seems to be the big attraction, Ben, that's coming next that people are waiting for.
Well, we should note while we're waiting that there are a lot of organizations that help support the Pepperfest. And among those are A&J Engraving, Waste Management, DeBruzzi's Italian Market, Riverbank and North Hudson, Environmental Landscape, Dick's Bar and Grill, the Hudson School District, Village of North Hudson, the North Hudson Park and Rec, Hudson Chamber of Commerce, North Hudson Police Department, Hudson Star Observer, True Value Hardware, North Hudson Elementary, and Hudson Fire Department.
Oh my,
We
look
now
at
have
them.
coming one of the
Woo!
most
Oh
outstanding
my.
units that we've seen. That's the Clydesdale Hitch.
Bud,
8 Clydesdales.
the Budweiser
You
Clydesdales.
bet.
Look
All
at,
with white stocking feet,
Oh.
all bay in color.
oh, they're beautiful.
That's a fantastic unit.
Oh, They're beautiful.
There are not very many parades, I'm sure, that get the Budweisers.
I don't think so.
They made a deposit just short distance
And what's
from
nice,
ours.
the cleanup crew follows right behind them.
Cleanup crew is
How
right
nice
behind
is
'em.
that?
And when I was reading that they consume 30 gallons of water and 40 to 45 pounds of hay and 30 pounds of feed, I expected a deposit.
Boy, I bet they'll drink more water today. What do you think in this kind of weather?
And they've only got to move about 50 feet and there's a second deposit.
Oh, no. Next is RMF Auto, towing, 24-hour service towing from Hudson out on Schomer Drive. And that's owned by Ryan Flottam.
Okay. They are distributing bottles of water. Good. We've been offered water. Fortunately, we already have one.
Yep, we do.
Coming behind them is an ATV unit called the ATV Riders Association. So we're going to hear a little noise here from ATVs.
This is what we did. Oh, yeah.
Pretty colorful units.
Those look fun. Those look like a lot of fun.
Well, I'm sure they've all been cleaned up for the parade.
Yeah.
Those kids load.
Pretty fancy rims that they have on those.
Unfortunately, I don't know, where is that, where do those come from?
I don't either.
Oh, now we have the Rice Street Festival float coming through. Rice Street over in St. Paul, they've been here for years as well.
Yes, they have. And Rice Street has a great heritage on the east side of St. Paul. A lot of athletes have come off of Rice Street. It's a very unique community.
We've got the Rice Street Queen coming through, and her name is Nicole Duncan. And then one of the princes is Nikki Jackson and Amanda. And Amanda's last name is Arnold. At first I could not see it. Her dress was over it.
And they represent one part of many communities within St. Paul. St. Paul's a real city of neighborhoods. We have a dog unit here, parking behind them, and I'm not sure exactly which dog unit that is.
Ben, I think I found the real name of the tall stick man from Carboni's.
Ah, Tamer the Clown.
Yep. I see it was out of order and I found
Or I
it.
guess it's Tomer the Clown.
Tomer, yes, Tomer the Clown.
We have the Bethel Highlands Preschool. It says where children grow in the name of Jesus. First of our religious groups that I can remember. They're, of course, located in Hudson, Wisconsin. They're a musical unit.
They were in the Hudson parade at the 4th of July, and their music is just so nice.
Always nice to have music in a parade, and it's nice when the float brings
Yeah.
its own music. So it looks like 3 guitars, a drummer, and 3 singers.
It's pretty nice, too. They're adults, not just kids playing instruments. What do we have here next is the Osceola Royalty. And I have to wait a minute here to try and see the names. We have Miss Osceola is Stephanie Nelson. First Princess, Allison Langer. Second Princess is Hannah Johnson. Miss Congeniality, Amy Demmer. Little Miss Osceola is Marissa Linskog. And First Little Princess, Sydney Mork and Lindsay Pennell.
And that's always a beautiful float with the bald eagles and Osceola being right on the river, a community on the St. Croix River. They're followed by the Clear Lake Royalty. And the Clear Lake, I think, has been a participant in every parade that I have ever announced. Their 2008 Junior Royalty includes Jackson Highbull, Queen Abby Warner, Princess Jack Pepper, and it looks like, I can't read the last name.
I don't know,
And
Elena
Lindsay Peterson
maybe?
is third princess, second princess Felicia Fallon. Hannah Ness is the first princess, and Miss Clear Lake is Brooke Winky, or Winky.
Now we have our state representative coming through, Kitty Rhodes.
Is that her husband that she
No,
drafted?
she has her brother and one of her brothers and sons carrying
Wow,
her.
Okay.
Oh, who just walked in the Budweiser mess. Not and we've got Kitty's mother, Joanne
I'm not going
Ritchie,
to make
driving.
any comments about
No,
politicians
no.
and Budweiser messes.
Oh, and her mother is driving the vehicle. Oh, Kitty's got the whole family out today. They're all walking. Yep. She's got them all. She makes them work, honest to Pete. Not just her kids, but her brothers.
So here we have the Spring Valley royalty. Spring Valley, Wisconsin. Princess Taylor Samsdal, Princess Cassandra Gavin, and Miss Spring Valley, Nikki Boardman.
There you go.
And she is sitting in an arbor of flowers.
And what do we have next here? The Delano royalty. Miss Delano is Alex Forster, and Delano Princess is Katie Stevens.
And they're having a lovely ride in the sun.
I know.
Our next unit is the St. Croix Valley Little League, I think. They look like they're the 2008 9 10-year-old champions.
Oh, they count them the county saints here.
And they were the 9 and 10-year-old Wisconsin District 3 champions. So that's their name, apparently, the St. Croix Valley Saints. And they're a Little League championship team.
Boy, they throw that kind of hard.
Yeah, they got some good arms on them. They had a very good 2008 district and state champions.
What we have next is the Richfield 4th of July float with their ambassadors. We have Ambassador Anna Case, Sarah Flynn, Katie Dessart, and unfortunately I don't see, and we have Bunkina Chun, and I missed the other little gal over on the other side.
They're very hard to see. That
And they're sponsored
names
by
are
the
on.
tourism board.
names are on the side of the chairs, and chairs are somewhat obscured from our
yes.
vision. We got a little break in the parade here again, and I'm going to add some of the other people who are supporting the festival, and that would be the Zappa Brothers, XL Energy, RPG, Dave Holt Ford, Cozy Corner, Mama Maria's Restaurante, Hudson Public Safety, Hudson EMS, Twin Cities Produce, Hudson Channel 15, who's sponsoring us, Bill's Distributing, County Market, Pro Screen, the St. Croix Sheriff's Department, and the Village Inn.
And hopefully the people that couldn't get out today are able to watch on Channel 15, the parade,
Good. That
see
would be
what's
very
going
good.
on. Okay, what next do we have here? Is this the Midwest Center for Movement?
I'm guessing it must be.
Yes, it is. Oh,
Looks
here
like-
we go.
It's like some serious muscle here. Now, on
I
the
wouldn't-
program, this is Midwest Center for Movement. I don't see a sign, but I'm going to assume that that's what it is, that it's a karate.
Yes, it is. On their car, I do see something.
Ah, it is, okay.
Yes.
It's a fairly large unit, too, and I see a couple of sabers evident here.
Whoa. I don't think I want to get in a fight with them.
It's the martial arts and wellness training, so they're featuring wellness as well as self-defense. There's quite a group of young students there aboard. And obviously, those are some karate movements that they're chanting.
There must be the beginners. What do you think?
I think so.
Oh, got Kilimanjaro Taxi.
That's a new business in
Oh,
town.
I guess.
Kind of interesting. I believe that both of the gentlemen who own this are from Kenya, and they have moved to this area. They sound like they are very well educated and trying to provide a service here to the community, and growth.
You know, I did just read about that in the Hudson Star Observer, that it was new. That's great. I think we can use that transportation.
Here we have the village of Milltown that has a float in the parade. And princess here is Kaylin Olson. Little Miss is Margaret Butler. And Miss Milltown is Alicia Mylander.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
That's
know if
new, isn't
I don't
it?
think we've had those in the parade before, so
No,
it's
I
kind of
think
nice.
it is.
Looks like the float is actually a pontoon boat.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of lakes in the Milltown area, and they're featuring those.
What do we have? The Free Children's Workshop. Oh, at Home
This is the Home Depot.
Depot. That's fun. My granddaughter has gone to that, and that's wonderful for the children. They learn how to make different things. It's really nice.
And they are handing out $10 off coupons for purchase of items at Home Depot.
Wow. Can always use something from Home Depot.
Sir, you need to sharpen up.
Oh,
Yes, I do. Thank you.
thank you. Sharpen up,
I now
Ben.
have a carpenter's pencil.
There you go.
I'm sure that I'll find a project to put that to
Say
use
now
on.
that Marg can put you to work with
No,
that, I'm sure, with her
it has been
honeydew
a-
list.
It has been a terrible summer for that already.
Okay, you want to take the next gal here?
Yes, we have Dave Holt sponsoring Megan Alger as a Queen candidate. Her parents are Susan and John Alger.
And then we have Kristen Briggs right behind her, who's sponsored by Idaho Chucks. And Kristen's parents are Suzanne and Rob Briggs.
Okay, and immediately behind them, we have another musical float. It's the, looks like the old North Hudson Pepperfest float. And I'm assuming these
Sure
are past
is.
princesses. Or these are, I'll bet, the family who stole the float.
Yep,
And it's coming through a second time featuring the parents.
yep, that's what they are.
Which
They've
I
got
think
the
is a-
royal family on
Yeah,
here.
I think that's a great idea. These
Yes.
people put in so much time. They deserve their own place in the parade.
Yes, they do. I think they must have sneaked them in. We didn't have those in our
No.
lineup here. That's great. Okay.
We have the Turtle Lake float before us now with Queen Amanda Plord, Princess Brooke Peterson, and Lisa Humphrey, and Princess
Michaela.
Fagerlin and Lizzie Rosenbush.
There you go. Turtle Lake. We've got Miss Senior East St. Paul coming through, and her name is Diane Winkler.
I saw her over by the Village Hall this morning, and she looked like she was having a good time and enjoyed being here for the parade.
You know what they call her, though? They say it's Miss Senior America.
Yes.
So she must have
don't know if
competed
she
after
was in the
she won in
contest.
East St. Paul and maybe competed in the Senior America and won.
And we have coming here a car decorated with the advertisement for Jerry Campbell, who's running for Register of Deeds, and indicates that she's had 21 years of experience. And Kay Walsh, the previous Register of Deeds, is endorsing Jerry Campbell.
It's a lot of years of experience.
And they actually have
two cars going
in
here.
here, two convertibles. And I'm
And that's
assuming
where-
maybe that is Jerry
that
Campbell
is
that's
Jerry
riding
Campbell.
on the back of the Corvette.
Yep, Roger and Patsy Beaver's Corvette. Isn't that a
Ah,
beauty?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger and Patsy in the car.
Yep. Now we have Osceola Lake Martha Days is the next float coming through, and their queen is Eliza Hollister with Beth Sunday and Nikki Ayers are the two princesses.
And I believe this next unit is probably the Maple Grove ambassadors.
Oh, I guess we have Allison Page coming first here.
Oh, these are two, they say Maple
Oh.
Grove on them, so this is the
Oh,
Maple
you
Grove
are. I'm
royalty.
sorry, Ben. Here, I'm.
They don't have any names on the side of the car.
Oh.
Got a couple of lovely young girls
Oh.
enjoying the parade.
Yeah, you're right. And we can't even recognize them here.
And you mentioned Allison Page,
Mm-hmm.
who's apparently a candidate for the state senate.
Mhm.
I believe this is the 10th state senate district.
Okay, what do we have next here? Project Lifesaver. I'm not sure what it obviously is something that takes place in Pierce and St. Croix County, but I don't know a lot about it. Do you, Ben?
No, it's unfortunately it's on the front of the truck and the grill where we can't see it, and we'll just have to give them some recognition. As please support Project Lifesaver. Anything that says Project Lifesaver's got to
It's
be
got to
something
be a
good.
good
You'd think.
thing. Mm-hmm.
I had on my schedule here a Robert Hoy, but I'm not sure who
I
Mr.
don't-
Hoy is. And we apparently missed him, or he missed us. Maybe he'll be showing up later in the parade.
Well, now we've got, what do we have? Well, looks like we've got Buffalo Wild Wings coming through next.
Yes, they are. It looks like they're handing
What
out
are they
something.
handing out?
I think more ice popsicles.
Okay, yeah, the freezies. Could have gone for some Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, you have a great selection there. You can get almost anything on them you want.
Oh, what do we have next? Is this the Phipps?
It says Drop Dead, and I'm not sure if that's
It's the
the name
Phipps
of
Center for the Arts.
Right.
Must be
Is
their
that
new
is that
play.
a play that is going on right now? It probably is. Looks like
Nope.
from September 12th to
Yep.
October 5th.
It will be
It
starting.
may be Drop Dead.
Yep, it will be starting. I don't know. What
Looks
do you
like
think?
it may have a 1920s motif, the way they're dressed. 20s, 30s. Phipps Center is very active, and they have some wonderful plays and excellent prices for the local community to partake of those events.
We have the Rolling Hills 4-H Club coming through next. And of course, 4-H has been in Hudson for years. I was even in 4-H. Learned how to cook and sew. A little North Hudson girl. Didn't live on the farm or anything, but we got involved in it. Was great.
So everything you know in the kitchen, you came
I
from
have to,
4-H?
yeah, have to say
I've-
it was initiated from 4-H.
I've been the beneficiary of your Christmas dinners, and I think they've apparently taught you very well.
Thank you.
The next unit we have is a commercial one, the Associated Bank, which is very active in Hudson. It was the old First National Bank. And I believe there are probably at least 5 outlets, maybe more, in the area, because they have the downtown bank. They have one on each side of the freeway up on the hill. They have an outlet in County Market. And I'm not sure they may not have other outlets.
And you know who's riding in the vehicles? Ken and Lynn Heiser,
Okay.
former president of First National
Ken is
Bank
kind of
and
now the marketing
Associated.
director, I understand, for Associated Bank.
Yes.
Having moved from his old position as CEO of First National Bank.
Now, next we have the Centuria Memory Days. And Miss Centuria is Brooke Gillespie and Princess Laura Kruger, Amanda Brunat, and Isabella Cash.
And we should mention that after the parade's over, everyone is invited to the parade grounds because there's going to be a bingo and pepper cooking contest, royalty spaghetti eating, which is always fun to see the girls try to eat a half pound, I think it is, of spaghetti. And we have the Roberts Good Neighbor Days coming before us now. And we have the Queen Anne Morris, First Princess Shayna DeRosier, Second Princess Danielle Jacobson, or Janelle Jacobson, Miss Congeniality Michelle McKenna, and Junior Miss Morgan Seiler.
And now we have the South St. Paul royalty coming through. Miss South St. Paul is Sarah Witt, and South St. Paul princess is Caitlin Kropp. They look like they're sponsored by Ferrari Motors in South St.
And
Paul.
another community festival immediately behind them is Woodville with the Sittington Maya Day, which is, I believe, the first festival that is in the area, and that's always the first parade attended by the new North Hudson royalty. We have here as royalty Jessica Johnson as the Queen, Bailey Larson, Hallie McCulloch, Chelsea Stone, and Sarah Wattoon as the princesses.
You did a good job on that, Ben. Next, we have Pathways Family Chiropractic coming through. Ooh, with the skeleton sitting on the convertible.
Decorated with beads and
Beads,
peppers.
I love
however.
it. Put it in the Italian mode.
They probably need some more peppers to fill out the body.
It's good. Look at the pepper even on the license plate. How cute is
Oh,
that?
yes. And this being election year, they are followed by the St. Croix County Democratic Party. And we're going to see a lot of political stuff this year, and this parade is no exception. Sarah Brook is the candidate for Assembly from the Democrats, and they are wearing her name on their T-shirts. So there's the
Okay.
tandem bike as part of that unit.
Yeah.
And Obama signs on the unit just behind that. And then banners for Sarah Brook behind that.
Yep.
So certainly a lot of people and a number of units involved. And we have a gentleman here with, looks like a trumpet cornet.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
see here
don't know
is,
who Sarah is. Have you
Sarah's
figured out
husband
where
right
Sarah?
passing before us right now.
Okay.
He coached us for hockey a number of years ago. And I think he was the assistant varsity coach for the Hudson High School team for a number
Okay.
of years. She has a large group of people here.
She
who
sure
have turned
does.
out for her and are handing out literature to the spectators on both sides of the street.
Big group.
Here is Sarah coming right before us now.
Is this Sarah
This
here?
is Sarah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Hi,
Hello.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Know who she was? Next, we have My Sister's Garden, which is located in North Hudson. It was formerly Rich Jansen's. And he's always had wonderful produce and landscaping designs, and
Well, I
It's
know
doing
my
very
wife
well.
has dropped significant amounts of money there on flowers every year.
We
I think
sure
she
have.
supports 4 or 5 florists in the Hudson
Yep.
area.
and the new owners have done very well, done a nice job with the place. Rich would be proud.
We should mention, by the way, that this afternoon, starting at 4 o'clock, is a championship spaghetti eating contest, followed by the championship hot pepper eating contest at 6 o'clock. Both of those are always very hotly competed contests.
Well, you do that. Are you doing any competing this year?
I turned them down this year. I got an invite, and I decided that it would probably be better for me to not do it this year.
That's not like you, Ben.
No, I'm going to have
You've
my...
always been on a winning team.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid my peppers will have to come from the garden this year. There are several plants there that are very prolific.
You know,
producing.
for me being full-blooded Italian, I have never been able to eat real hot, spicy foods. Now, how strange is that?
Well, my son Nate and I like them in a lot of dishes, but Marg has a difficult time dealing with them. She has to wear
Oh,
rubber gloves.
yes,
and
yes.
Even the aroma bothers her eyes sometimes.
Yeah. Well, what do you got next going on? Oh, the Village Inn Sports Bar and Grill, located in North Hudson. And is advertising their mechanical bull. I was up there one night when they had it, and was that fun to watch.
They're also advertising a new chef, which is Shane Anderson, and they have kind of a full menu these days.
Oh,
And they also are sponsoring the North Hudson pepper eating team, one of them. I'm assuming there will be several of them. But
I'm sure you're
the
right.
one that I have eaten for historically and the one that's always participated is sponsored by Village Inn.
Mhm. We have Lindy Springs water system, water conditioning truck coming through. I'm wondering if they're going to give out water.
I don't know. My water here now is.
Oh, they are. We could use a new one. Thank
my
you.
water's gotten warm. I appreciate the fresh one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. Well, they took care of us.
Yes, they did. So we get to test the product here.
What's here? St. Croix County Fairest of the Fair. And we have Kelly Anderson. That obviously is the fairest of the fair.
I've got to keep my water in the shade. It was getting out there in the sun.
There you go.
Getting as hot as my arm.
Yeah, you are sitting right with your right side on the sun.
What have we here?
Well, I'm not sure, Ben. The well.
The well.
The well. Oh, well. The
and
well.
that's all it says on the agenda, too, is the well.
Don't
they are
know.
shooting out some, I'm not sure what they're shooting out, but it looks like they fired up with a little gas and then shoot
Well,
out
did
a
they
gift of
put
some sort.
wells in? I don't know. We apologize.
So it could be well drilling, it could be a bar, it could be a restaurant,
See,
it could
look-
be
oh, that's a
literally
water
anything.
gun, I think. There's going to spray people. Yes, look at, they're shooting something out, a canister. The Giggle Factory. Ooh. They're in the industrial park. It's a factory for kids.
You know where the Giggle Factory is from? I have no idea. Here we have another commercial unit, a very colorful vehicle, the Caribou Coffee, in the Caribou Coffee colors, which are kind of a teal green and gold and
Wow,
rust colored.
that is pretty colorful.
They, of course, are up in the hill, up in the new, one of the strip malls by Target.
Do you drink coffee, Ben? Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes, I am.
I am
I
too,
drink lots of
but I'm
coffee.
still basic coffee. Now we have Pampered Chef, which I own a lot of. Wonderful.
Really?
Kitchen products, yes, for cooking.
And where's Pampered Chef is located?
It's through a distributor, parties, the women go to parties,
Okay.
you know, that kind of thing.
Do they have an office somewhere here in Hudson?
I am not aware of it.
I see they have a
saw there was a
715
phone number, but
on-
it was a 441. So this may be a consultant.
Well,
that
Hudson's
she's
been growing
putting-
so quickly that the numbers, even on the phones,
Yes.
used to, everything was a 386. Now there's all sorts of different numbers.
Yeah. Okay, maybe with some time I can start on some recipients of the 2007 donations and grants. We have North Hudson Elementary PTC, Destination Imagination, Hudson Area JCs, Knights of Columbus, Senior Citizens of St. Croix Valley, Boy Scout Troop 168. That's just the start.
And we have here a boat being pulled with some people in it. This is advertising the North Hudson Elementary School. And they are singing a little song.
And we have our new North Hudson Elementary principal, Dolph Schmidt, with some of the staff walking behind.
And singing about North Hudson
That's
School.
right. Which the Pepper Festival started out, remember.
Yes.
Without Pepperfest, that wouldn't have ever begun. We can finish with some more of the 2000 donations and grants. We have Cub Scout Pack 168, St. Croix EMS, Hudson Hockey Association, Hudson High School Bands, Boy Scout Troop 213, and the Riverbank.
Okay, and the unit we have before us now is the Williamson Brothers Cleaning. They are a relatively new business in town, but I've already used their services. They did a fine job. I know their parents, Dave and Gay. Gay has been involved with community action and very active in the community for many, many years. So nice to see their son staying in the community and having their own business.
Sure is. And now the next we have a truck coming through from Sylvan Learning Center, and that is located in Uptown Hudson. And of course, that's been a wonderful tool for children that may be having a little trouble in school.
Oh. The unit we have coming down now is the Ellsworth.
Yep, Ellsworth Royalty. Oh,
Ellsworth apparently is noted for cheese curds and is named after Major Ellsworth, who is a Civil War veteran. Miss Ellsworth is Bailey Marhoon. First Princess is Becca Thorson, and Miss Congeniality is Keisha Taylor.
And the next group we have coming through is our Miss Egan Ambassadors. Christina King, Jennifer Steen, Cassie Gillis, and Gina.
All right.
The ribbon's in front of Gina's last name.
We know Gina starts at SOU.
Yes,
but beyond that, we don't know.
We don't know.
And we have another royalty float coming, and that is the Star Prairie, Wisconsin float. They are known as the Ox Cart Days, and they are the third weekend in August.
They have a big group.
Yes, there are 5 people on this float. We have Little Miss Alyssa Russell, the Junior Princess Bailey Ebert, Junior Miss Victoria Mortensen, Third Princess Paige Johnson, Second Princess Rachel Mortensen, First Princess Christina Flandrick, and Miss Star Prairie is Monique Hagel.
There you go. Probably a little hot in their black dresses today. Oh,
No,
and then we
you're
have
right.
black and white coming, though, with the Shakopee royalty as well. We have Miss Shakopee, Ellie Brown, Princess Brittany Arnold, Kayla Schmeltz, and Little Miss Shakopee Ambassador Alexis Wandersea, and their festival was just in August, first weekend in August. I know, Ben, I've already done that, black.
I have black all over my hands.
I do too.
Apparently I've touched
I
my
did the
face.
same thing, and it's
I'm not even sure
the
what I have.
Vulcan. We forgot the Vulcan stuff is on us.
So what do we have for working groups this year?
Okay, well, we have the North Hudson Elementary PTC, Destination Imagination, Hudson Area JCs, Knights of Columbus, St. Croix Valley Senior Citizens, Hudson Area Hockey Association, Pack 168 Cub Scouts, Troop 168 Boy Scouts, Troop 213 Boy Scouts, Hudson EMTs, the Riverbank, and Hudson Fire Explorer Post 5150. I got mine off, thank you.
All right. I have been helped here by the gentleman, lady, just immediately to my right by giving me something to wipe all of this soot off. I'm grease paint left and right.
Nasty.
Okay. We have coming now the Rasmussen College unit. Pickup truck advertising the Rasmussen College, Business College. It is located over in St. Paul, Minnesota, and who I'm sure that many residents of the area have used as a training facility. They're also handing out some information, and I think this moose that's following them is part of the Rasmussen Parade also, because it looks like Rasmussen College bag, so he's obviously going for business school.
Yep, think you're right. Okay, we had a little switch on this because Hudson High School marching band should have been coming through.
I noted that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even hear you on that.
No,
one.
I just noted that on the page. I didn't mention it.
So what's we got here? Oh, Columbia Heights. I'm kind of miscombobulated here. What do we have? Michelle Boris, Brianna Lake, Amber Barrett, Daniel Garcia, and Skylar Yard. It's interesting, they call them adult ambassadors, teen ambassadors, so it's not a queen thing.
And they have a clock on there that shows 10 o'clock, so they're a little behind the
I was
times
going
with
to
regard
say,
to time.
it's not working. Oh, guess what? Then the other one says 12:15. So I was
Maybe
at
it
first
means
wondering
it's-
if they were trying to do it's time for Heights.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. We have the Cambridge floating for us now. It would be from Cambridge, Minnesota. And they're on the beautiful Rum River that runs through Cambridge. We have the Ambassador Renita Wilkes, Ambassador Hannah Danner, and Ambassador Nicole Hall.
They look nice in the red. There we go, our Hudson High School marching band. And we're proud of them.
As I mentioned, it's always difficult to get bands at this time of the year because they're just getting ready to go back into school. They've had a summer of parades, and they're taking a break. So very nice of the Hudson High School band to show up for the parade.
They look hot.
And I think they get down before the judges stand. We'll be hearing some music.
I hope so. Whoa, I hope they do play and we can hear them.
I think they're getting ready to do that right now.
I think so. What do we have
And
here?
as the band passes out of sight and sound, we have a new unit coming. This is an opportunity to win a car.
Are you in for it?
I am not in for it
I
yet.
am.
Well, then I might just not buy a ticket, right?
I don't know. I don't win anything, so, but it's going for Rotary. It's sure nice. I think I could use it.
Yep, this is Rotary International that sponsors the sales. Very good.
Yeah, nice car. I could see myself in that.
You did what from one of the Rotary members?
Yep. We have Whitetail Builders coming through next. New
Well,
construction.
Cindy, we're
Wander,
a little over
remodeling.
halfway through the parade. This is going to be a very long parade
Boy,
this
it is
year.
long.
It's certainly nice that the weather is cooperating.
Wow. Wow, wow.
We have a pickup truck here approaching that is advertising the Freedom Value Centers. And there are a number of Freedom Centers in the area.
Throwing lots of candy.
They're handing out candy. And followed by the Girl Scouts who are handing out candy. I think I'd like to have the concession this year an ice popsicle.
I
Those seem to
know.
be the most popular thing being
That's
given
kind
out.
of been a big thing. When I was at the Afton parade, they had those at the 4th of July. It's nice, refreshing.
So were you a Girl Scout?
Yes, I was.
Aha.
I was a brownie, too.
You remember
Which
your
is
troop
first.
number?
No, I don't. That's awful. I do not. Mm-mm. It was fun. But, you know, back then, didn't have a lot to do, so it really was a big deal. So
Yeah.
it was great.
Different
And I'm
time.
glad to see it's, you know, continued and gotten larger. Remember, living in North Hudson, we just learned how to make noodles and meatballs and raviolis by watching, and
Okay.
pizzelle. No.
That was guaranteed to get you the
Let's say.
husband of your choice, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we really didn't have a lot of options when we lived here. But I'm proud to say I'm from North Hudson. What do we have here is Faith Community Church. And a beautiful yellow old car. What
Yep,
is that?
It's a
What
Chevrolet
is that?
Chevy Malibu,
Malibu.
the 307 engine.
Latte, ladies achieving togetherness through encouragement. Wow,
It's pretty,
I like
pretty
that.
neat.
Yeah.
I got a little gap in the parade here again. Have we finished all of the
I
2008?
finished all the donations and grants.
Okay. We should mention again that this evening we will have another live band. Live band playing tonight is the Zebra Mussels.
I've
Which
heard
are-
them, they're good.
Yep, they did not crawl up from the St. Croix River. It's not really the Mussels. Last night's band, the Hairballs, was easily heard, even blocks away at my home.
The hairballs, that's funny. Where do they get these names?
I don't know, but I kind of liked them. They were kind of
Oh.
heavy metal. Here we have the junior volunteers that are coming in front of us now.
From the Lakefront Library.
Yeah, the Lakefront Library is, the library issue is a huge
Right.
issue this
They're
year.
saying vote yes.
I believe it's going to be on a referendum up for a vote this fall. And it's really an area library that's going to would serve the city, the village, and the 3 townships, St. Joe's and Troy and Town of Hudson.
And we have Anderson Windows from Bayport, which we know many people from Hudson, North Hudson are employed at Anderson's.
There's a lot of families who have worked for generations for
Oh,
Anderson, so
yes.
they've been a major employer in the area.
Yep.
And we have the Prescott float, the Prescott Royal Ambassadors. And they have their festival as Prescott Days on September 5th to the 7th. Miss Prescott is Chelsea Marshall. First princess is Brianna Jacks. Second princess, Tanya Hartsuker. And Little Miss Princess is Brianna Ditzler, Kayla Kulvich, and Olivia Larson.
Ah, that was scooting by. You did well on that. But now we have 4-H coming through with their ambassadors Erica Skog, Rachel Wantz, Alexa Hoffman, Jeremy Warwick, Heather Hall, and Mindy Carey Jr.
And we have an Earth Day float
Oh.
here that's advertising clean air, water, land, have a nice day, reduce refuge and recycle, care for the earth, and the earth will care for you. And that's being pulled by one gentleman
Sure
who
is.
apparently is a one-man campaign for a better earth.
We have the Power Squadron, Boat Smart with St. Paul Sail and Power Squadron. Gives free boating classes.
Yep.
That
And
boat
that's
looks
Miss-
like an oldie, doesn't it?
And here we have, it looks like Frisbee unit, Freestyle Players Association, and a couple of members out here doing tricks with Frisbees. This is a pretty popular sport. All of my sons play it now. There is a Frisbee course out at Little River State Park.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's pretty good.
It's the Freestyle Frisbee family.
Well, we're coming up with another queen candidate. And we have Erin Hansen. And Erin's parents are Vicki and Keith Hansen. And she's sponsored by Matson Johnson Corporation. I think we have a little backup here.
You know, that gives us an opportunity to mention that as every year, there is a bingo tent at the North Hudson Pepper Festival. And those who are looking to spend a little quiet time and earn a little money, that's an opportunity for you to sit down, relax, and participate in bingo.
Play bingo. My mother-in-law was a very lucky bingo player. Don't know how she did it, but she did.
And we have our next queen candidate. This is Paige Kajak, and her parents are Susan and John Kajak, and she is sponsored by Venison America. And Venison America, I believe, is located just off of County Road A, or maybe I believe it's right out near the Duro Bag Plant. They have specialty meats and gourmet.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't get out enough, I guess. I have to ask some of these I've never heard of.
You'll have to go out and explore and see what's there.
You know, we even talked about downtown Hudson. There's new shops down there that I need to take a day and go down and check them out because they're lovely. I hear about them, and I am, for living here, I've not even been in them, a lot of them.
There are a lot of changes going on.
Right. Look at how cute that is. Oh, thank you.
Oh, there's some coupons from Boneless America.
Meats. Oh,
Venison America advertising 20% off.
Ben, we got a good surprise in what she left us.
Yeah, and includes chicken, beef, veal, lamb, and pork. So it's not just venison, it's other meats also.
She said, wait till you see what's inside there. You're going to like it.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. What's inside?
I'll let you see. See? That looks like might be a drunken beef stick. Oh dear.
Right.
What is that?
I'll have to save that for a little snack later
I was
on.
going to say.
I should probably put that out of the sun too.
What a nice treat. What do we have coming through here now? I think we're okay. We have top-notch pet grooming.
Now, is that the business that just moved back into town?
I think so.
And they're followed by a pickup that is advertising the top-notch pet grooming.
Oh, they have a dog up there. Dog looks pretty warm.
Well, there was an article in the paper just this
Lola.
week about a pet grooming service that was moving back into town. Originally had been in North Hudson.
I think that's the one we used to take our dog to in North Hudson years ago, the original one. The Red Cross disaster relief truck, St. Croix Valley chapter serving eastern Washington County, Minnesota, Polk, and St. Croix counties in Wisconsin.
And of course, they provide a wonderful service whenever you have a disaster and you're most in need of someone to help you out. The Red Cross is there.
That's right.
We've been very fortunate in this area. We have really not had any major disasters. Probably the closest one we've had is in Hugo, Minnesota with the tornado this year.
Well, and then we even had down in the Dells area with the floods, Wisconsin Dells.
And then we have the Badlands Snow Park, which is squirting out what they call liquid snow.
Oh,
And some of the spectators here are getting hosed down.
and I think they're liking it. Oh, and then we have one that's just throwing glasses of water out. They have a pumpkin patch petting zoo at the Badlands coming up with hay rides. Now that's
And we have a unit coming here, a political unit, advertising for John McCain, who's the Republican candidate. We assume he's going to be the Republican candidate for president. We won't know for sure until the first weekend in September when they have the National Republican meeting in St. Paul at the Xcel Energy Center.
That's coming up.
And we also have Sheila Harsdorf and Katie Rhodes being advertised on that unit. They are also Republican candidates.
There's Paul Stark for Congress. And who we have? The North Branch Midsummer Ambassadors, Shelley Mork, Jane Morgan, Courtney Carpenter. They're following through here.
They're followed by the Glenwood City Royalty. Glenwood, of course, being on the far end of the county. There are neighbors way to the east. And their royalty includes the Miss Glenwood City, Rachel Ross, Princesses Jordan Junker and Sarah Steffen.
And then next coming up is the Baldwin Royalty float. I think they got a new float this year. It's pretty
Certainly looks
cute.
different.
It does, I think so. And it's sponsored by the Baldwin Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, we have Miss Baldwin, Tanis Klinger, first princess Morgan Benoit, second princess Mallory Preck, third princess Jenna Ackley, fourth princess Jessica Murtha, and Miss Congeniality Mallory Preck.
A lot of people on there.
Whoa. Oh, did you see second princess and Miss Congeniality are the same person, is the same gal. She got both.
Yeah, I don't
Quite
know what the
nice.
inspiration for that particular float is, but it certainly
That's
is
cute.
different.
They did a new one this year.
And we now have the Hudson Lions Club advertising a garage sale.
Oh, that's
Saying
the big one.
all prices are now 1/2 price. So here's an opportunity to get your bargains at the Hudson Lions garage sale.
It's huge.
Do we have a date on that? Apparently we do. It looks like it may be September
Yeah,
5th
5th through
and
6th.
6th of 2008.
It's very nice. Oh, now we have the USA Karate, the Martial Arts Academy that's here, located here in Hudson.
And they again have a very large unit. They have the flag out in front of them, the banner.
Oh, whoa. Boy, did you see him come right by us? Ay, ay, ay.
That gentleman just did a cart flip in front of us, and boy, I hope he makes every one of those because the pavement
I was gonna
isn't
say.
very comforting.
Wow. That's becoming quite popular. Look at even the little girls in here.
And there must be about 50 people associated with this unit, too.
Wow.
I'm getting a little demonstration here with sticks. I'm sure they're called something other than sticks, but I don't know the karate terminology.
Oh, that was a little performance they just gave us. They almost talk in a different language.
They're getting a lot of
They're-
exercise.
Yeah. Some of the stuff they say, you don't understand it. We have the Citizen State Bank coming through, and they're giving out, looks like, some more freezies and candy.
I'm not sure what all those plates along the side mean.
I don't know. Well, this is a full float. A lot of little people on it. It's the Oakdale Summerfest royalty. And Miss Oakdale, first of all, is Elizabeth Jansen. We've got princesses Amanda Peterson, Ireland Cook, Aurora Swanson, Kaylee, I can't read her last name, the Princess Victoria, and Miranda.
That was a lot of people,
Whoa.
too.
I know they have a little shoulder action going there.
Having those signs by the flowers, sometimes you lose sight of them.
Yeah, that's hard.
Here we have the gateway to the Willow River, the St. Croix Falls. It's the Wild River. The Wild and Scenic River being the St. Croix River. And we have Ashley Colby, who is Miss St. Croix Falls in 2008. She's also Miss Congeniality.
Oh, another one.
First princess Angie Summers, and second princess is Brandy Swenson.
Very nice. We have the following is Invergrove Heights royalty. Invergrove Heights Princess of 2007 is Stacy Nitty, and Miss Invergrove Heights 2007 is Lindsay Irish. So they must be in the process of getting their New royalty must be coming up soon.
And now we've got the Good Time group,
Ah, yeah.
the Cracker Jacks drum line, and they'll make a little noise as they come by us. And have very colorful costumes, orange, blue, and white. We'll just
There
let you
goes.
listen. Little music, a little dance.
I love it. I mean, it's just, you know, you
Got
get
an old
5
girl-
guys just put that together. How cool is that?
That an old Groucho Marx line, a little music, a little dance, a little
Yes.
seltzer down your pants.
That was the Cracker Jacks drum line. Okay, now we have Barley's Pizza and Pasta coming through here. Boy, that's an interesting vehicle. They're looking for pizzas, slices of pizzas.
I don't know, the car's quite an attraction, though. They're keeping the parade pretty tight this year.
Boy, that's nice. That's nice, especially when we have so many units coming through.
You saw when the karate group was trailing behind, they just put it into march and moved
Yeah.
out. This is Pack 168, the Hudson Rod and Gun and Archery Club from North Hudson. And the lucky gentlemen are the ones that are being pushed
In the
or have motors so they don't have to pedal.
oh, dropped a lot of candy there by mistake.
Those little carts are obviously handmade.
Oh yeah. Look at the little future Cub Scouts walking through, the little guys. And you said tonight the band is the Zebra Muscles
Yep.
playing from 8:30 to 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, did you say they were sponsored by the Village Inn?
I don't know who sponsors them.
Yep, that one's
They are by the
sponsored by the
Village Inn,
Village
huh?
Inn.
Okay.
Yep. That one is.
We have the follow-up here of the Pack 168, the scouting, and they're advertising for joining scouting. Been a very active group in the North Hudson area for many, many years.
But the sun's creeping over on your side there, Ben.
Oh yeah, it's been slipping in on me steadily. Time here for a drink of water.
Yes. As the next one we have coming up, the float, the Hammond Heartland Days. And that, their festival days just happened a couple weeks ago. And our Miss Congeniality is Kelsey Krigo, and she's also a princess, along with Tiffany Rogers, Kayla Forrest, and Miss Hammond is Haley Hawkins.
Okay, and they are being followed by Sheila Harsdorf, who is a candidate for state senator. She is currently the state senator, has been for a number of years. Not too far away, just the other side of River Falls and Beldenville,
Yes.
where the family has a farm. Kind of a political family. Her brother was a state Senate majority leader.
Is that what I knew he was
Before,
in politics, but I didn't know
and
in
he
what
came-
capacity.
Yeah, he came back to run the farm, and she went and kind of took the place of being the family
They
politician.
did a switch, huh?
Yes,
Mr. Appliance is coming up. Expert repair.
always needed.
Yes. Yes, we do. And it's so good to know that some of these places that I'm not familiar with, I'm learning about them today. So when I have some trouble at home and my husband can't fix it, then I can check the telephone book out and find it.
Well,
so
I'd
this
be
is
happy
great.
to let you know where that was, but I don't know. But we can give you a phone number, 715-3630. Can you pick up the last two digits?
3036.
3036. That sounds
Good.
suspiciously like the number that Wally Gregerson used to have. I wonder if that's a business that Wally.
Oh, you may be right. Oh, look what's coming next. The Zor
A
Roadrunners.
crowd favorite.
Yes.
These guys certainly enjoy themselves.
I always said, and I've said it to you, they're overgrown little boys.
Well, but it's very nice of them to show up for the parade, as they
Yeah.
have for many, many years now.
Didn't
Whoa.
one of them just crash in some parade? There was something that they talked about. There was an accident.
Oh, I didn't read about that.
yes.
But they are moving at pretty high speed. The one that came around here was sliding when he made the turn.
Yeah. And I think there, yes, it was something.
Well, the crowd certainly appreciates them.
As long as they keep the people on the
1, 2,
sides keep
3,
their
4.
feet up.
8 of them.
Yeah.
8 go-karts representing the Zora Shriners, who are a very fine organization and have done an awful lot in the area for shrine hospitals, raising money for research
Whoa.
and for care. Some of those guys are definitely grandfathers.
I was just going to say that one gentleman, kind of up there in age. Number 4.
Number 4, yes. That's Brett Favre.
Oh my. Huh? Whoa, they're oh my.
Well, they are strapped in, I noticed.
Yeah, crossing each other like that.
They have quite a routine that they go through here.
Oh, they're great. I think they gave us a bit more of a show today than they have in the past. Oh, they're coming back around.
Well, they're moving down where the center now is going to be in front of the judges. But I don't think they need any judges to tell them that they're a great
No.
unit.
They're busy. I believe they've been asked to be in many parades.
Now, I believe that this particular group represents the St. Croix Valley. So they have a number of different units, and it's the local one here that is appearing.
Yeah.
And thankfully that they are. And they're followed, of course, by their support unit. If anybody breaks down, they have their support right behind them.
That's right. What else did you stop, Ben, on what else was happening today, or did you finish that out for the itinerary?
Well, I kind of finished for today, but we probably should mention that
The
for
sponsors?
tomorrow, what we have for tomorrow on the
Okay,
parade.
good.
You want to take that?
Well, I'll let you
Okay.
start, being I'm kind
We're
of
at,
looking for the
of course,
page.
from dusk to dawn, we have the Lake Malibu longest fish contest, which will probably be a carp. And the volleyball tournament, which is going on today, also going on tomorrow at Muds and Suds, starting at noon. Bingo, of course, will be back. The food booths, the carnival rides, the beer garden, and the big event, of course, is the coronation of 2009 royalty. And the live band tomorrow evening is going to be the Dweebs, who are a local favorite.
Oh, yes. Fun, fun. Hey, that volleyball tournament at Muds and Suds has sure become a big deal.
They apparently have
Okay.
a summer volleyball league there, I've noticed, and a lot of young people there participating in that. I think that's a
My
great thing.
son's on it, and they've got a team of, they're all a little older, and they're having a riot. Oh, this is, I think, a new float from Anoka as well this year, or else you and I missed it because we weren't here last year.
You're right, but they've always had the pumpkin theme.
Yes, lovely. Well, we've got the 2008 Royal Ambassador, Taryn Ladica, with Alyssa Rogers, Janelle Colstrom. And of course, their Halloween days, grand days start, their parade is October 25th, and they light up the night on the 18th of October. That's nice. They got smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, and the girls look at it, even at this stage of the parade,
Yeah.
they're still smiling
I know.
broadly and waving
And put
energetically.
together.
Yep. Look to the right, wave to the right, look to the left, wave to the left.
They don't look like they're melting at all.
We followed by the West St. Paul Royalty Parade unit. Another one of those communities in St. Paul that's very active. Nice to see them over here for the parade.
It's nice
They have
looking.
Miss West St. Paul for 2008 is Lexi Duscher.
Yes.
The princess is Jana Anderson, and the second princess is Megan Erickson.
Lovely young ladies.
Ah, they are, and again, very active. Very nice dresses, blue and white, and a blue and white float.
Just got a kiss.
And they have an early centennial. They have a their celebration is the third weekend in May.
Okay, and next we have what? Red Wing Royalty?
Yes, it is.
We have Miss Red Wing 2008, Leah is Whipperling, Princesses Samantha Bangs and Kaylee Groby. Oh, I hope I didn't smear their names.
They're advertising Red Wing, let us take you under our wing.
Ah,
It's kind of neat with the arbor effect over top.
it's
She
pretty.
gets a little shade out of that.
Yeah,
And the beautiful flowers and a fountain.
I know.
And if you ever go down through Red Wing, they'd have marvelous flower
Don't
pots
they
hanging
all
on
on
the street.
and you know what? Hudson has gotten a little bit of taste of that with all their hanging baskets, though. They're starting to get like that.
They have.
Oh, Memories by Marnie. Must be it's
Marnie is a
photography.
professional photography service. And I've seen Marnie at some local weddings doing the photography for those weddings. Matter of fact, they do have a bride as part of the unit.
Oh,
And we have
Sam.
Jamie Watts, who is sponsored by the San Pedro Cafe, and she is our next queen candidate.
yes, and her parents are Karen and James Watts. And what do we got next? The next candidate is Brenda DeWaters, parents Susan and Daryl Withun, Jen and Steve DeWaters, and she's sponsored by the staff of Idaho Chucks.
Yes. And now we have some commercial units coming up. The first of the commercial units is Gov's Place, and I think that's that new bar in Holton, Wisconsin,
I don't know, Ben.
because they got a Miller Lite sign, so I'm suspecting
Says
that
Holton.
is
It
it.
must, oh, where the liquor store is?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
There's a bar in there now, and I
Yes.
suspect that Gov's Place
Yes.
is what it is.
Oh, look at that limo. Oh, my. Ultimate Fitness.
That looks like you could exercise in it to get ultimately fit.
And it says luxury limo services. So we've got a double sponsorship here, I think.
Okay.
Or not sponsorship, business, I should say. Double business.
That is a huge vehicle.
Oh my. Yeah, after you work out, you go and kick back and hang out in the limo.
And that's followed by a candidate, Beth Pabst, who is running for Register of Deeds. And I believe that she is a Democratic Party candidate.
I'm not sure which one it is. Where is she?
Well, I'm kind of assuming that typically blue is Democrats and red is Republicans.
No, I'm talking about where is Beth Pabst. Do you know the lady?
Oh, which one of them
Yes,
she is?
which is
Oh,
the lady?
that I don't know either.
It's kind
If
of
I was
curious.
her, I'd be riding.
Well, that's
But
what's
she's
kind
probably the lady that's shaking
oh,
hands.
that's oh, back here. See, I forget that they always hang back, and the majority of their group goes ahead.
They
You're
do
right.
the handshaking.
You're right, Ben. Okay, we've got the Emmanuel Lutheran Church group coming through. And they have a preschool as well.
And they're handing out something that are in plastic packets. So it looks like candy as well as probably some information on
their
Emmanuel
church.
Lutheran Church.
Could be.
We're having a momentary pause here.
Okay.
We are getting towards the end, though. We do show 124
Wow.
units that are part of the parade, and we're at 108 now on our list. But we
Well-
still do have some royalty candidates, and we still have some floats from out-of-town festivals.
Yep. And the Vulcans are getting their little act in here again. Oh, look at them.
I think the Vulcans will be here all day.
I know, and
If you
now
want to see a Vulcan, come on down to the festival.
they're getting out there and harassing. No, I don't mean harassing. That's not the proper
Entertaining.
word. They're entertaining,
entertaining.
the group and pulling people out of the crowd.
By the way, what kind of mark did they make on us?
I don't. Big V's.
Yours is a V.
You have that too. A big one and a little one.
A big one and a little
Yeah.
one.
It kind of almost looks like a heart. You would have thought a girl got
The
it.
one that I smeared all over
No,
myself?
you smeared a little bit on the big V. I smeared on mine too, but I don't want to even start touching it. No.
I don't see any smears.
Oh, well then I must have
Maybe a
just
little
touched
bit
in
on
the
the
middle.
forehead.
Oh, I got it in the.
Just a
We're
tiny,
looking pretty on camera, aren't
tiny
we?
spot.
Aren't we? Oh boy. More units this year. More units.
I've never seen this much of the parade. It's like, wow.
It's a pretty long one this year.
Good.
Okay,
Now we have coming now the Elmwood UFO days. And Elmwood UFO, wow, look at that dish there.
That's a new float, I think, too.
Yep, we've had a satellite landed apparently in Elmwood. And Miss Elmwood is Mary LaFlex. We have First Princess Maria Janashek.
Mariah?
And second, Mariah Janashek. And second princess is Shelby Bruner. Shelby Bruner.
Shelby Bruner. Who we got next? Who do we have next here? Oh, we've got Amanda Mathis, Ideal Miss Minnesota Team and National Calendar Model
you.
of the Year. Wow. Sponsored by Denny Hecker Ford.
And then we have Fantastic Sam,
Look at the hairdos on those gals. I love it.
which I believe is what? A tanning salon,
A hair
salon.
hair salon.
I guess I have
You don't go to.
lost touch with that.
Did you? What do we have?
Allstate is sponsoring Beth Tiedemann, who's the Safe Teen Driver of 2008. And the Craig Hoffman Agency, which is the Allstate agency, is the sponsor.
I wonder how they do that. What they have to do to get elected to be the teen driver of the year. Wonder
Yeah.
what they need to do.
I've not heard of that before.
No, Tom's Mechanical Music out of Bloomington. Wow, is that pretty? Classic Calliope. Wow.
Now that's no sweat music. You sit in the truck and you just pull it behind you and it plays music. Well, we have Anderson Heating as a commercial unit that's passing before us now. A local service. And they actually have two units here. The truck followed by a panel truck.
Oh my, what are
And
they
they have
giving
some
out?
huge beach balls that they're
Oh.
handing out. Those are big
Oh.
balls. They must be like 18 to 20
Yeah.
inches in diameter.
That's going to be a big fight.
Hmm.
Got a lot of kids out here. What do we next? We have our next North Hudson Queen Pepperfest Queen candidate, and it's Anna Westerham. And Anna's parents are Janelle Westerham and Macy and Patrick Westerham. And she's sponsored by Hudson Insurance Agency.
And she is followed by the last of our queen candidates for this year's parade. And that would be Alyssa Youngst. And Alyssa's parents are Michelle and Jim Youngst, and her sponsor is Dairy Queen.
Yep. Well, we've just completed our 10 Pepperfest Queen candidates. And of course, we wish them all good luck.
Yes. And Alyssa is wearing white, which I'm sure in today's sunshine is a good color to be wearing.
Got that right. Oh,
Oh, she got a cheering session right across the street from us.
she sure does. It's an exciting time for those young ladies. Nerve-wracking, but hopefully it turns out to be a fun experience for them.
Well, and for their families, because it's definitely a family thing.
It
One
is.
of your daughters
The
is...
winner, yes, those who become court. It's a busy time. What we have here next, the Amory royalty, which Amory they call the City of Lakes. And we have Miss Amory, Brianna Coleman, first princess Christine Meyer, second princess Rachel Mullendor, third princess Keisha Hill, and Miss Congeniality is Amy Austin.
And I think that's our fourth boat as part of the parade.
Yeah, it's, you know, I think some of them try to just do something a little simpler, just because, like you said, the upkeep, parents having to do the parades and the floats.
And we have now the float from Siren, Wisconsin, and Siren advertised itself as a place for all seasons. The Chamber of Commerce sponsors this float. Miss Siren is Sarah Howe. First princess is Megan Bash. We have Little Miss Siren, Ellie Lindquist, and Little First Princess, Riley O'Brien.
We missed the princesses in there somewhere. But now, again, Ben, that's a new float.
It looks
Or
brand
because
new.
we haven't done this in a couple of years, have they been new and they're new to us? I mean, but I don't know.
Did we have East Bethel come through?
No, this is Robbinsdale royalty coming through right now.
Okay, and they've been here many times.
Yes, and Miss Robbinsdale is Ashley Nath, and there's princesses and Princess Anna Tucker, Lauren Dyson, Kaylee Jenkins, Katrina Bonville, Emily Jandal, Ethan Gus. They're all little princesses and little princes.
That is a float full of people.
Yeah, they have lots of ambassadors.
Here we have a very active group also. Man, they are moving.
There we go.
Beautifully decorated pickup truck. And this is the Cottage Grove Strawberry
Yeah.
Festival. And Cottage Grove is going to be very difficult to read because their signs are small.
Oh, I know it.
We have Little Miss Cottage Grove, Ashley Schutz, Miss Junior Cottage Grove, Katie Forsyth, Miss Cottage Grove, Vanessa Hendrickson, and Miss Cottage Grove, Kelsey Kaiser.
There you
Kreiser.
go. Right, yeah. Very nice.
Wow. A
Colorful.
lot of music and a lot of action on that float.
It sure was. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have the Clayton royalty coming through. Clayton Cheese Days. Miss Clayton is Jennifer Peterson. And first princess, Kalina Helling. Second princess, Katsy Peets. Little Miss Clayton, Ariane Dayton. First princess, Caitlin Zemke. And second princess, Richelle Gilman. And they're missing quite a few of their court.
And
You know,
Clayton's-
sometimes I wonder if they break them up, if they have to go to other places, too.
Clayton supposedly is the blue cheese capital of Wisconsin.
Blue cheese? I don't
Blue
like
cheese.
blue cheese.
Oh, I love blue cheese.
I don't.
Here we have the St. Louis Spark Spectacular, and they have a
Wow.
lot of people here. We have Junior Ambassador Sophia, Emma, Gabrielle, Sky, David, Rosalie, Ambassador Aaron, Junior Ambassador DJ, Ambassador Kevin, and Ambassador Tristan.
Hey, I like it that way. First names, that works.
First names only.
That works. What do we have? The Farmall tractors coming through.
A little Farmall A Cub out front here,
Oh, isn't
Follow-
it cute?
followed by the Diesel MD. I'm not sure where these are from.
I know. Fortunately, we didn't get any paperwork on some of these, so we apologize.
But we have our 5th boat coming.
Well, that's interesting. That's new to us. What is that called?
Well, looks like it's being sponsored by the Spirit of
Spirit
St.
of the
Croix
St. Croix
Days, and
Days.
it's a dry dock. This is the dry dock float.
Oh.
And apparently they have more than just boats because they have
Wow.
chainsaws and power mowers and
Oh, look at those. Spirit of the St. Croix Days, October 15th through 18th at the Lakefront Park.
okay.
Don't know.
Yeah, that's a different unit for this year too.
Oh, and here comes another boat of theirs following.
This is a fishing boat,
Yeah.
a polar craft.
Well, we're almost coming to the end here, Ben.
And I think that this is a relatively new unit too, that or new business that is in Hudson, up just off of the Highway 12 exit.
Really? You get around, Ben.
On my way to the golf course.
Oh, there you go. And now we've got Freedom Towing, or other words, the Allwins from North Hudson here.
They've all just about a block away from us.
Yep. Great people. Allwins Towing.
And we have a very large truck from Zappa Brothers. I would guess this is probably,
I guess we're giving the word. We're supposed to wrap it up.
looks like it's probably a 20-ton or 20 cubic yard truck. And we are at the end of the parade, so it's the end of the 2008 Pepperfest Parade. We hope you all enjoyed it. We had a wonderful time. The weather cooperated.
Yep.
The crowd was very much into it.
Thank you very much. Have
And
fun and a safe weekend.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Ben.